Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to show you how to cheat in Skyrim, and I'm going to show you two methods. Now, before I do that, I'm going to just say I don't particularly condone cheating in any video games, especially in games like Skyrim where it's all about progression, because it kind of defeats the purpose. However, in my circumstance, it is quite useful to use some of these commands and some of these cheats because then I can showcase mods without having to spend hours getting into the game and progressing in the game and building up a character that has the ability to use certain mods that I want to showcase. Now, before I get into this, you should know that if you don't push the subscribe button and the like button on this video, for some reason, I don't know, the method doesn't work. So make sure you push those two buttons. Now, as I mentioned, there are two methods to do this, and they both have their benefits. One is going to be using console commands, and this can be done in VR and outside of VR, and the other is going to be using a mod called Skyrim Cheat Engine. Now, they both have their benefits. Personally, I just use the console commands, but the mod itself is pretty cool. Now, the first method we're going to show you is console commands. And just to let you know, if you are like me and you're playing VR and you like to have your Steam VR view open, make sure that it is closed. Now, I have it open for recording purposes, but if you have that open, then you won't be able to use the tilde key, which is the open command key. And that's because the VR view will be in front of the game itself. And that's why this recording shows the screen as it is. Now, this method is the easiest by far. Basically, it can be used in VR mode and non-VR mode as long as you have the window selected. Push the tilde key, that's the key which is directly under the escape key on your keyboard, and start putting in commands. So I'm going to list through a couple of commands now just so that you can get the rough idea. I'm also going to leave a link in the description to show you a list of commands which you can use. Have a look at the link in the description and have a look, because there are so many codes that you can use. You can use player.setLevel, which will allow you to set your level. You can do player.addItem. As long as you have the item ID, which will be included in this website, you'll be able to spawn any item you want, including gold. So you'll also have mod AV carry weight, which will increase your carry weight. You can add shouts, you can add perks, you can advance skills, you can do anything you need. However, there is one thing you should note. If you do use console commands, you will not get any achievements through Steam. But that's okay, because you're not a cheater. You're not here to learn how to cheat. You're here to, mess around, I guess, right? And while I talk about messing around, I've got a new Discord channel. Have a look at the link in the description. Join us and mess around with us in a game. Maybe you'll feature in the next video. Okay, so now if you saw my video last week regarding how to install mods using Vortex, this will be a lot easier for you to follow. If you haven't seen it already, I recommend you go and have a look. I will leave a link in the description, as always, to that video. Now, what we want to do is we want to head over to nexusmods.com. We want to make ourselves an account, and then we want to download Vortex Mod Manager. And when we launch Vortex Mod Manager, it's going to ask you, do you want to link your Nexus account to your Vortex Mod Manager? And you're going to click yes, because what that'll allow you to do is auto install mods from the Nexus website to your Vortex app, which is an absolute lifesaver and a time saver. And once we've done that, we're going to head over to nexus.com and we are going to look for Skyrim Cheat Engine, and you'll be able to install it directly through the website, directly to your Vortex mod. Now, bear in mind, if you are not playing VR mode, click on Files and choose the original. If you are playing VR mode, click on Files and choose the VR version. Use the button Download by Mod Manager and it'll automatically detect your Vortex and install it that way. Bear in mind there are going to be a lot of dependencies that need to be installed, one of which is the Skyrim script extender. Make sure that you choose the VR version of it if you're playing VR, and the original version of it if you are not playing VR. Very important. Also make sure you have downloaded and installed correctly all of the dependencies that you see listed. Now once you have Skyrim script extender downloaded, just drag it into this little box over here and it'll automatically install it. Very important. Here you can see in my Vortex I've downloaded Cheat Engine, and I've also downloaded all of the dependencies already. Now this part is very important. We're going to head over to Steam, we're going to check our library, and we're going to choose the version of Skyrim you're playing, be it VR or non-VR. We're going to right click it, choose properties, and then we're going to go to local files, and we're going to basically go into the folder where Skyrim is installed, and in there you will find a little file called Skyrim script extender. It'll either be called SKSE or SKSE VR, depending on what version of Skyrim you are playing. Create a shortcut for that file, stick it on your desktop, because from now on that is how you're going to be launching Skyrim when it's modded. Do not launch it using the standard Skyrim launcher. Use this button. Now by this point you should have installed all of the mods, and you should have initialized them and activated them on Vortex. And again, if you don't know how to do that, have a look at my video that I published last week. I'll send a link in the description as mentioned, but you should then be able to use the open bracket button, which is what's set as default, and it'll open a menu, and in this menu you will be able to spawn any item in the game. You'll be able to give yourself any magical spell in the game. You'll be able to do a whole host of tricks and cheats if that is what you so wish. So guys, if this video has been useful for you, do make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I am posting content like this on a weekly basis. Don't forget, I've also got a Discord channel, so you can hop in and say hello, all the links of which will be in the description of this video, along with the links required for these mods. I will see you guys next time. Peace.